All right, we're back. Welcome back to Man Bun Books. Today, we're going to talk about Iron Gold by Pierce Brown, book 4 in the Red Rising trilogy. Or not trilogy, sorry, whoops, series now. So this book takes place 10 years after Morning Star ended. There will be spoilers in this video right at the beginning here for the first trilogy of Red Rising. Not for this book yet. I'll get there. But the first trilogy, we're going to talk about some spoilers. So Darrow of Lycos and the Rising succeeded, toppled the government, took over. Mustang's now the sovereign. They're trying to make it a republic, trying to free all these people. This book asks the question, what happens when the revolution is successful to the people on the ground, everyday folks doing everyday things? How does it affect them? This book is a big change from the first trilogy in that it's a little bit slower. It does pick up a lot. It still has those big Red Rising moments that you can expect from any Pierce Brown book. But the pace is a little slower. Also, we have more POVs. So Darrow was the main POV for the first trilogy. Every single book was Darrow, 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 Darrow. This book, we have a few more added in. I really love the new POVs a lot. Some people don't. I've heard quite a few people actually really dislike this book. This is one of my favorite books of the series to date. I'm halfway done Lightbringer right now. This is one of my favorites, and I'm going to talk about why in spoilers, because I feel like I can't really talk about why I liked it so much unless I talk about spoilers. So we're going to do that now. Short answer, for those of you who have not read this yet but have read the first trilogy, if you are okay with this going a little bit darker places, a little bit of a slower pace, a little more room to breathe, and seeing some different parts of this world that Pierce Brown is making, I would say pick this up. I think it's going to be a hit for you. The next part of this series gets dark very fast, so just be prepared for that. Yeah, other than that, if you liked the first trilogy, you're gonna like this. I mean, especially moving on to the next couple books here, they're fantastic. I mean, it's Red Rising, come on, man. So we're gonna get into some spoilers now. I kind of want to defend this book a little bit from stuff that I've heard online just because, okay. The new POVs, Lyria, Ephraim, and Lysander. Lysander, obviously the grandson of the former sovereign, was sent away with Cassius at the end of Morningstar. He and Cassius has just been like floating around space, doing space stuff for like 10 years. Cassius has been training Lysander. Cassius isn't really in a great place though. I loved the Lysander POV and the stuff with the Rim. Going to the Rim and having all the family dynamics and the political intrigue and all of that stuff was awesome. Best part of this book by far. So good. The Cassius scene in the arena where I am Cassius Al Bologna and my honor remains intact. Incredible, 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 incredible. Next, Ephraim, a freelancer gray who is working for some shady people. I loved Ephraim's arc too. His POV of just the traumatic things that have happened to him, the death of his fiance or husband as he calls him, and just how broken he is. We get into the filth very, very quick with Ephraim. He drives everyone away. Classic trauma responses. His POV was a little hard to read sometimes just because of how grim it is. But overall, I really, really enjoyed his story as well. Lyria, I loved that story too, because in the first trilogy you have the subsect of Reds that's like the Gammas, and they get all of the like the benefits and stuff in the mines, in Darrow's mind anyway. Lyria's a Gamma, and her whole family gets killed by the Red Hand, who is a splinter group led by, why can't I think of her name right now? Harmony from the first trilogy. I loved Lyria. A lot of people don't. I love Lyria. Her perspective of what the Rising is, and like, great, you toppled the Sovereign, you freed all of us, you pulled us out of the mines, now we're stuck in a field with a bunch of tents in a concentration camp, and things are worse than they've ever been. Like, what are we doing? Just how badly the Republic is mismanaging certain things. And it's hard because everything's in a civil war. You know, Darrow's off fighting in the Civil War. Mustang's trying to hold things together. Like, there's a lot going on. But I loved Lyria's perspective of being a person who is affected by these events differently. Because in the first trilogy, we just had Darrow's perspective. It was this God overview, you know, the big battles and the big moments with the big people that matter. This book has a lot of little people in it that aren't people that are going to matter yet, very largely in the main conflict or anything. They're just regular people, and seeing how the Rising affects them and everything was really awesome. I love the ending of this book. I love that I love the ending with the Rim stuff with Lysander, obviously, like I said. I like the ending with Ephraim and Pax and Electra. Pax being Darrow's son, Electra being Severo's daughter. Just like... ending's fantastic. Apollonius, new favorite character. The man is awesome. Incredible character. Can't wait to see what that happens with him. Yeah, Iron Gold. One of my favorites in the series so far. Please check it out. It's incredible. And that's it for today. Be kind to each other.